Hello and happy Friday Eve from Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com. As you can see, I'm wearing a Bears t-shirt. So let me ask you this question. What do the Bears have in common with the Dallas Cowboys? Neither one of them is going to the Super Bowl this year. Sorry to say this, but this string of Super Bowl-less years for the Dallas Cowboys is going to extend to 27. And here's the reason. They've got some good players, and they're going to win some games, probably about 10. But they don't have enough good players, and to go to the Super Bowl, you first have to win the NFC, right? The Packers are better than the Cowboys. The Bucks are better than the Cowboys. The Saints are better than the Cowboys. The Vikings could be. The Cardinals could be. Even the Eagles could be. It's not going to happen as Jerry Jones turns 80 years old. And he's part of the problem because that is an unstable work environment that he has created. And also you're going to have a head coach who's got a pain in the neck from looking over his shoulder all the time. So unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. Look, I'm all for getting Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan home. It's important. They're American citizens. And as distasteful as this proposed particular prisoner swap is, I hope it goes through because I want them home. But don't expect me to regard Brittany Griner as a hero. I just don't. I'm trying to find some positivity. And here it is. For sure, come January 20th in 2025, neither Joe Biden nor Donald Trump is going to be president of the United States, and that's a good thing because that's the only remote chance we have to kind of hit reset on all of this. Biden, this is embarrassing. He now is supported by only a quarter of Democrats. And Trump, understand this, he has ingested a lethal amount of rat poison. He just doesn't know it yet, but that's not going to take place. But this is interesting. As buried in the polls as Biden is, if you see the polling data, actually Dems are doing extremely well against Republicans. And here's what happened, and I'm going to give my beautiful wife, Bibi, credit for this. She said it's like the dog who spent his life chasing a car and finally catches it. What you gonna do now? Okay, you caught the car, but look what's happening. This cultural jihad that you're on, it's like a suicide vest, and people have had enough of it. Very, very interesting. How dysfunctional are we? Now we can't even protect our veterans. We can't even address our veterans who have been exposed to toxic burn pits. Disgraceful does not begin to do that justice at all. Okay, with respect to the Fed, you get the feeling they're walking around wearing a blindfold and hoping they don't like stumble down the staircase. And I am sympathetic to a degree because this is an unprecedented set of economic circumstances. You got rampant inflation, but you also have a job market that's doing pretty well right now. You have an economy that is in recession, whether it's official or not. So if you're piloting this, it's really difficult to figure out which direction to move the stick. So pray for the Fed. This is just my opinion. Yes, we've got to get this inflation under control. Yes, these rate hikes are going to cause a lot of pain, but it's not nearly as painful as losing your job. So if I had to prioritize this, my top priority would be maintaining a robust job market so that people have at least an income. And finally this, Lord, 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 we got nothing but trouble. But if you're triaging the problems that we have right now and the crises, if you don't put climate change in the #1 position, there is not a dunce cap on earth big enough to fit you. Because if we don't fix that, nothing else matters. I want to tell you about this podcast this afternoon. We'll drop it again. This is an oldie but a goodie. Educational expert Jim Largent, who has done everything in Texas public education, breaks down exactly what's wrong with our educational system, and he could not be more correct. I hope you'll check it out. I also hope you'll have a great Thursday. We are Radically Rational.